ولد الهدى فالكائنات ضياء.
It is a real form. He came to as a man. After that, he seen it is a real form covering the whole rising.
Well, if you want to believe, make it more.
He told him,
it's up to you.
He told him, man, God, you don't believe that?
For this, right? What I'm saying is, it has to make sense to me.
Makes sense what?
Look, I come to give you a message, right?
Yeah.
And I appear before you.
Yes.
I don't tell you who I am. You get what I mean? I can introduce myself, don't you think?
That's your way.
Right?
There's no Gabriel's way.
No,
But you can't decide what Gabriel should have said. You can't decide.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm speaking as a man.
Anyway,
Yes. So you
Listen, he frightened Muhammad, this is what the book says, and I made Muhammad leave from there now. All
so what?
confused.
So what?
what was he? What was he?
What is
What was he?
So,
Yeah.
He wasn't, no, what happened?
Right? He ran home to his home.
Listen carefully.
He was his and he come before we can her.
Yeah.
She took him to who? To Warwick, a Christian. And it's a Christian that
No Christian our time. No,
A true Christian.
Whatever he is.
A Christian who believes.
Forget
okay, let's speak.
it's the Christian that tell Muhammad that apparition that you see is Gabriel.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
And then carry on.
Gabriel is from the Christian doctrine. You understand what I mean?
No, the Jews as well.
Well, I know you. Gabriel is from the Christian doctrine.
So the Jews believe in Gabriel.
Listen, I did say no, but I said Gabriel is from
But why don't they accept the Jews Gabriel?
No, let me ask you a question.
No, before you.
Why did Muhammad
Okay, there's no point. There's no. He's uncle. If we let us speak, that would be good for you.
No. I know you're ready. You would give a long speech for 4 hours. But we have no time for that, right?
So it's good to explain.
Listen,
So basically, he doesn't want to hear.
I know him.
So, but why don't you let him explain?
Yeah, where have you been?
I was away.
What's the Lucia?
An ordinary fella, if you meet an ordinary fella Muslim,
Okay, leave him.
he will believe in La ilaha illa Muhammad Rasulullah. That's it. Yes.
Leave him, Mullah. 1 minute, let's look for someone. No, look. The point is, Gabriel told Prophet Muhammad, I'm Gabriel. Are you going to believe now? Gabriel told Prophet Muhammad, I'm Gabriel. Are you going to believe now? So why are you asking the question then?
You didn't tell him.
They did. He said, Ya Muhammad, innaka Rasulullah wa ana Jibreel. Oh Muhammad, you are a prophet of Allah and I'm Gabriel.
He said it.
He's not going to
tell him
believe.
in
So
the
why are you
cave?
asking the question?
He told him that in the cave.
He told him, regardless in the cave or not. You put why did he tell him? He told him. Rather when he told him when he was in his real form, when Gabriel was covering the horizon. And that Gabriel says what? That makes you believe more. Because imagine you see someone covering the horizon, he cannot be a human being. You know what I mean? So he said, I'm Gabriel, you are what? The messenger of Allah. Allah sent the Quran that Allah sent down unto you, O Muhammad, Gabriel. You know with the Quran. So are you going to accept Islam now? That's what I'm saying. These questions.
Now, I understood him.
Questions person.
I understood him.
Allah confirmed that Gabriel can Prophet Muhammad. In the hadith, Gabriel confirmed that he kept Prophet Muhammad.
Angel.
Are you going to believe?
Angels are big.
Uncle, are you going to believe? So the question,
Like us.
listen. The questions here from the Christian speakers corner, they're not asking us questions to learn. They're asking questions that basically I'm just going to ask questions. Even if you answer it, I'm going to still pretend I don't understand. I was speaking to Bob the Builder about the issue of Aisha, Prophet Muhammad getting married to Aisha. So I said to him, look, the time of Muhammad,
I can't
he said the biologists, the scientists say, when a woman reaches the age of puberty, she's not a child anymore, she's an adult. What does it mean? Do your own research. Means she entered to a stage when she's physically ready what? To have intercourse and to have a baby. But Islamically that is not enough. She has to be what? Mentally ready and spiritually ready. So I said to him, if a girl physically ready, spiritually ready, mentally ready, what's wrong with it? He said nothing wrong with it. He said, but Aisha, see she was playing with dolls, with toys. I said, but it's known in the Western world, there's many girls at the age of 25, 30, they have toys.
Doll houses.
So therefore you cannot get married. What he did, so I said to him, and the practice of getting married at the age of young, it was started worldwide. It was worldwide, and I showed him that Richard II did it in British king when he got married to one of the princes from France. She was 6, yes? But another point is, look, the person might say They were wrong. So I put them on the camera. I said, would you say your forefathers were pedophiles? They couldn't answer it. Why? Because everything will crumble now. You know what I mean? So I'm saying what's happening now, these Christians will come to us, try to use their criteria to judge our religion. Likewise the atheists. So we have to be very careful. We should not let them dictate to us what is right, what is wrong. It's understandable in our time everything changed, but not worldwide. In Japan, the age of consent 12 years old, but they will never call Japan backward because it's no Japan way advanced in technology than England. You see what I'm saying? So the age of consent is not about age. It's about if the girl physically ready, spiritually ready, mentally ready. Okay. Now the question we ask: do you care about Aisha more than her own father? Do you care about Aisha more than her own tribe? Do you care about Aisha more than her own society? All of them accept them because why? She was physically, mentally ready. Rather, Aisha, she said in the hadith, back then in the Arab world, when the girl reached the age of 9, she's a woman. So be careful, don't let them say to you she was a child. According to, even according to biologists, scientists, when the girl reached the age of 9, the girl reached the age of puberty, means adult. But Islamically that is not enough. She has to be what? Mentally ready. Aisha was what? A scholar. At the age of 18, a big scholar. The companions, at the age of 65, 70, they used to refer to her. Ask her questions. So what they did, they invented this term, pedophilia, and they set an age, and they said anyone goes below that, he's a pedophile. Okay, that's your law. That's a new country, that's up to you. But how on earth you're going to use your law worldwide? Because we know in America, the age of consent 14. According to British law is what? Pedophilia. But they will never say that about America. You see what I'm saying, Akhi? So what we say, even as a Muslim, if they ask, is it wrong now? He said no, they're not. Bob the Builder, if he's consistent, then I don't know who's inconsistent. You know what I mean? If he's consistent. And remember who's Bob the Builder? He's a person who praised the murderers of the Muslims and the Christians and the Jews in Spain. He praised them. If a Muslim did that, boy, disappear. Habs, long time. You know what I mean? He did it clearly, openly. I said, do you praise those who kill children, Jews, and the Muslim children, Jewish children and Muslim children? He said, yes, clearly, I got him. He's not happy with it. You know, he said, shamsi. You know, but my point is, look, so don't let them come, try to dictate what Allah should say, what Prophet should say.
That's why I told him.
Yeah, so I'm saying, but what we say as a Muslim, you adjust. We say, okay, in this country is different. Even this country, they used to do it before, but they changed the law.
The point from which we started was
mosquito.
Let mosquito live. You know what I mean? My point, thank you very much. What I'm saying, my point is, look, they changed now. Not everything's changed, but however, not worldwide. Do you understand that, brothers? No problem. I'm saying, look, what they do, so you say pedophilia is okay. No, I never agreed that pedophilia definition, because that definition of pedophilia is not worldwide agreed upon. In Japan, it's not pedophilia.
Vatican City, I think 5 years ago was 12.
Akhi, it was worldwide. It was worldwide, because back then, when a girl reached age puberty, she's ready. That's what it means, man. And they used to get mature quicker. Who's done? But you know, he said to me, he said, no, I'm going to use what? The law of our time. And guess that doesn't make any sense. You know why? Because they still believe and they still have the mindset of what? Of slave masters. That if you don't follow our way, you are backward. If you don't follow our way, you are uncivilized. Who are you to say who's uncivilized, who is not? Who are you to say who's backward, who is not? Because if us from Africa come to you and we tell you, you know what, in this country you do this, you're backward, what would you say? No, we don't care about you. So who gave you the right for you to think you have the authority to dictate to us what we should do, what we should not do in our own countries? In your country, that's your country. You know what I mean? Look to the justice of Islam and look to the hypocrisy of these people. Sorry for getting frustrated, but let us make this clear. To expose, I know that out there, there's the Christians with a sound intellect, Jews with a sound intellect, atheists, they will say, yes, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I was speaking to one of them, I said, this is something which was done worldwide. He said, everyone was pedophile back there. So therefore, we should not trust them, nothing what they said about us. And we know this, especially EDO, Tommy Robinson followers, always when they say, let us make Britain great again. So the question we ask them, Again, which year Britain was great? 70 years? That was the time we used to kill gay people. You want to make it like that? Say, no, no. There's a time we used to go invade people's countries and destroy them and genocide nations. So ask them simple. They go quiet. Because you're not talking about 25 years ago, because the bloody Muslims, they were still here 25 years ago. You're not talking about that. You're talking about the time when you know what I mean? Yeah, the time when of invading people's countries. You know what I mean? But Islam, what teach us? I'm not going to judge you as a British guy, as a French guy. You people in France stayed in Algeria for how long? 132 years. And as I've mentioned, in 1945, when the French and America and the British were celebrating their victory against Hitler, French were killing, raping, destroying Algerians. Same year, same time. The Americans not tend to demand British. No, you cannot celebrate. You are still killing people. Why? Muslims' life? No, no, forget it. They claim they want to save the Jews. How on earth you the same person who would save the Jews, but you're killing the Muslims same year? Killing the Muslims, raping the Muslims, burning the Muslims in Algeria. How? But as we have mentioned, everything's mixed up now. What is good become bad, what is bad become good. Wallahi, that's exactly. If you come from the Muslim, no, wait. You know what I mean? So this is a clarification to the nation, inshallah ta'ala. So put it out, inshallah, and let's make it clear. Like Bob the Builder, he has no criteria. Why? Because in the Bible, because Bob the Builder said, yeah, in our time, it's wrong. Forget about that anyway. But the point is, he said in our time, it's wrong. So therefore, in our time, killing children, like in the Old Testament, is wrong. Would you say that? They will not say that. But wallah, the question doesn't answer. I walked off. Because the Christians, if you walk off from them, they say you're scared. So what you have to do, you have to stay here forever.
So what do you rather know?
Surely you're not scared. No, because it's pointless to carry on speaking to you. Let me walk off. You know what I mean? I ask you questions that would you call your forefathers pedophiles because that was the law of your country long time ago, 100 years ago. And the other question that we ask, how come, for inshallah in the Sunni Da'wah channel, I'm going to address this issue in details, inshallah. How come for 1,300 years no one addressed this issue of Aisha? Why? If it was wrong, it was evil, how come they know us? The time Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, the Arab pagans, the Jews and the Christians, they used to look for any excuse to invalidate the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ prophethood. But they never used the Aisha's age of marriage against him until 100 years ago, when the British historian, he wrote about it in Egypt. Why? When the British changed the law, therefore we have to follow their law. If we don't follow their law, we are backward. Remember this, my brothers and sisters. If you speak to an atheist, anyone, call you backward, say, who are you to call me backward? You are backward. Because who are you to determine what is backward, what is not? Except that you have what? Mindset of supremacy. That you believe you're better than me, therefore I have to follow your way. Is that clear? Makes sense? That's how we do, akhi. Inshallah ta'ala, barakallahu fikum. Jazakum Allah khair. Allah give us sincerity. Barakallahu fikum.